In the central time zone. That means it's time to party. Party on, Ed. What's happening, everybody? It's good to see you today. Today's Wednesday, October 27th. Wow, where did this year go? It is almost over. And then we get to start a brand new year. That's the thing. It just keeps rolling right on. One ends and one begins. So we've got some time left in this year to really make an impact on our bottom line. We really have the time, the opportunity to make some money. That's what I'm talking about. To make money before the holiday season comes around. And you know, when you got to buy the turkey, you got to buy the dressing, and you got to buy the cranberry sauce, and you got to buy the rolls, like the special kind of rolls that only come out around the holidays. I don't know if you're aware of what I'm talking about, but there's a certain type of roll that I love that it seems like it's only in the store during the holiday season. That's unfortunate because I love that stuff. Okay. Say what?
Oh, I'm just saying. I finally got it. I want to make sure it's working. So you can hear me okay?
I can hear you good.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
Good,
Welcome,
good.
Steve.
Glad to be here.
I'm giving you guys, just giving you guys some time to get situated. Looks like you wrapping up some other stuff, all of you, and for the most part.
No, man. I'm focused, man. I'm focused on what you're talking about. I'm ready.
Where are you from, Steve? What part of the country?
Arizona, Gilbert.
Oh yeah, what a beautiful place. I almost lived close to there once.
Once?
Yeah, once. I thought I was going to move to Arizona, and I picked Surprise, Arizona, which north of Phoenix, and I went and traveled around and saw all those little, I don't know if they're called towns or what, but like Gilbert and Chandler and so on and so forth, and man, beautiful areas, all of them. I think gorgeous.
Now you're in California right now, Justin. That's where you're at.
I'm in Kansas City.
Kansas City. Okay, you're smart.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. So what's in Kansas City besides the Chiefs?
Well, I married a girl from here.
Awesome.
I'm from Kentucky originally, but I moved here like with my parents when I was just out of high school.
Huh?
So it's like one of those deals where I graduated high school and that day they like loaded up the car and moved. And it was
Gotcha.
I thought I was going to make it on my own, but it was tough. So I ended up going with them. And then when I was out here, I married a girl from here. The rest is history. And so, yeah.
Do you have any kids? Do you have any children?
I got one with the first wife that I was talking about. And then I'm married to another one now that's got two.
Okay.
And so I've got three that kind of like the moon revolves around the earth, they kind of.
Right.
I don't know where. I'm not sure where they are right now, but they're somewhere around, and they'll be back.
Okay. Sounds good. I thought you were from California, but maybe not. Okay, so you're actually from Kansas City. No problem. Good.
Yeah. Kansas City. But I'm a country boy. I mean, kind of in a way, small town guy. I grew up in Kentucky, so you can kind of still hear some of that in my lingo. But I love being here. I love Kansas City. It's a great place. I thought I was going to move to Arizona, and Kansas City sucked me back here. So,
well, the weather in Arizona is a little bit tough. Right now, it's really nice, 75, 80. But in summertime, you can get 100, 110. Humidity, but it's a little bit of a dry heat. But when we get the humidity, it's really tough. But I mean, because we get a lot of people from back east coming here, Michigan, Illinois, Indiana. Some from Florida, so, and then what we're getting a lot about, everybody's say, forget California. I'm out of California. California's nuts. A lot of people in California are coming to Arizona because gas is so high, taxes are so high, and real estate so high. So.
Yep. Everything's kind of going up, all around, but out here it's really bad over there. Yeah, so Vaughn's from California. Can you vouch for that, man?
Bad. Right before the election, it was $2.89 by my gas station, the lowest I've seen in all pandemic. And then now we're sitting at $4.69, and that's the 87. Yeah.
Wow.
So over
Wow.
$5, over 5.5 probably, and yeah, wow.
That's tough for all those road warriors that are out there,
Yeah.
out there trying to make it happen, hitting, locations and driving to and fro. That's why it's kind of nice that the Zoom's kind of happening, and maybe
Oh,
get
yeah.
an appointment or two over the internet instead of driving.
Yeah. The only bad part about it is I've got this Life 360 app. You guys heard of that? Life 360? Anybody in here got that for them and their family?
Nope.
No, just me. Okay. Well, maybe it's because I'm crazy, but I've got this app that tracks everybody in my family, and they can track me too, and just kind of lets us know where everybody is. And it says I haven't left the house since June of 2020. It's not that bad, but it's close. So that's what Guts has done to me. I guess Guts with the pandemic. I can't complain. I was looking at my business stats today because of Guts. Not the last 12 months, but the 12 months prior to. I believe it was like 91 sales that I closed across my 2 or 3 businesses. And this year, the total is so far, it's not over, but in the last 12 months, it's 147.
Wow.
It works.
So
I'm
what do
really-
you what do you specialize in? On the lease option? I mean, that's a lot of sales. I mean, what do you
Yeah.
specialize in?
Well, I specialize in lease options. That's really
Okay.
my, but I like to call myself a full spectrum wholesaler. And the reason I kind of invented that phrase, it means nothing to anyone but me, but I'm going to tell you what it means to me. Full spectrum wholesaler means, whenever I call a lead, I don't know what it's going to be. This for sale by owner lead or what have you might be an ugly house. It might be a pretty house. It might be somebody that's over leveraged, or maybe it's absolutely paid off. I have no idea what I'm calling, do I? And that's kind of the way it's always been, and probably the way it always will be. So the issue for me was being a ugly house wholesaler. I was losing a lot of leads, right? They were just not gonna fit ever. And it was aggravating, frustrating. So then I got into the pretty house business. So now I feel well equipped because I can do the pretty house business and the ugly house business, either one, depending on whatever lead I'm calling, what it ends up being. And that's a great feeling. That will right there multiply your opportunities to make money. So I'm kind of both.
Do you specialize in the Kansas City area, or do you go all over?
I do wholesale here in the Kansas City area, but I am mostly a virtual guy lately. So I don't leave the house much. I get on the internet. I've got a website that I go to called theautomatedrei.com.
Mm-hmm.
I'll pick a town, I'll pick a city, I'll pick a state, maybe a few. I'll scrape Zillow. Okay. I could easily just go to Zillow and manually pull them up, but I'll scrape a bunch of them, let's say a few hundred at a time, and then I will text blast them. I wrote me and my club. I've got a club that meets, and some of those guys are here with me today, which it's an honor to be with you guys every other week. I appreciate you listening to me. And thank you, Claude, for everything you've done for me, Uncle Claude. Appreciate it, buddy. Couldn't be what I am today without you. So, yeah, I've got a club that wrote 15 together one day. We wrote 15 text messages. So I'll text blast just those for sale by owner scrapes. And then when they reply, me and my team, we only talk to the ones that are yeses or maybe type responses, not the negatories. Because the negatories will bust you down. And so this is a way for us to kind of weed out some of the rough conversations that we might have that lead us nowhere, is the texting situation. So in a nutshell, really, yes, that's what I do. I will scrape text, and then I'm looking for whatever type of deal I can find. I'm looking for the only moving part in this entire business, and that is not an ugly house that's discounted. That's not a pretty house. That's, it's beautiful and ready to move into. The only moving part in this entire business is finding that motivated seller.
Yeah.
That's it. So when I find a motivated seller, he's got a deal. Now, it's my objective to figure out, as a creative real estate investor, a full spectrum wholesaler, how to make an offer that meets his needs and creates money for me.
Okay, so question for you. So you're scraping these lists and you're sending these text messages, but isn't some of that stuff illegal? You got to be very careful about do not call lists. You got to be very careful about, I think there's a certain thing you got to get permission sometimes, I think, to text to people. Do you not, or am I wrong on that?
See, Steve, that would be 100% true if I were pulling cold public data lists. So if I have a PropStream account, for example, if I go to PropStream and I pull a list, that is cold public data.
Right, because you're going to Zillow, which is more open, you're able to do that because of Zillow. Okay, got it.
They are asking people to reach out, right? Big difference. Plus, because it's on Zillow already, they have already decided they want to sell.
Yeah.
So half of the transaction's already been negotiated for me. They're willing to sell. Are they willing to rent before they sell?
Mm-hmm.
That's about the whole crux of the conversation, right? So, the obvious conclusion to this entire strategy then is to play the big numbers, to play the numbers. Okay. When I say big numbers, I mean a solopreneur ought to be making 5 conversations happen a day. 5 days a week, minimum. If you did 5 conversations a day and then you had, in time, let's say after you've done this a month or two, you've got some follow-up leads. Now you're making 5 follow-up calls a day too. So that's 10. That's what I call the 10 by 10. So if you can get up in the morning and you can get 10 in by 10, yeah, you're going to be a 1%er. That's how it works. Because the system itself is real simple. The process is real simple. It's just a matter of finding that one moving part, the motivated seller. Most of us suck at that, in my opinion. What do you guys think? We get distracted with everything else in the whole world.
I think you're going to find that niche. You're going to find out and focus on what motivated seller you want to go after. And if you can figure out who it is and how you can get a hold of those people, you can do very well. So just a matter of, you got to test it, find out what works, what doesn't work. You're sending a lot of text messages, which is great, but I think if you can find out up front, are they motivated or not through research, then you send them a letter, and then your chance of closing them are a lot better that way, from my experience of doing this.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, some very niche down lists. Yeah, totally. 100%. Well, a list that has, let's say, 2 or more pain points.
The biggest thing is I go after people that are behind on their taxes, property taxes. And a lot of people don't touch that. So if you can find out from your state who's behind on property taxes, not just their normal property taxes, like in Arizona, after 5 years, you can actually foreclose. So if someone buys these tax liens, a certificate buyer, and after 5 years, that buyer can foreclose on the people. A lot of times people don't know, oh, wow, they're going to foreclose on me. And that's why I focus on those people and send them letters. I'll make phone calls. They're already motivated. Just a matter of, I just got to find them, find their phone numbers, do a skip trace, whatever. But once you have that niche and you focus on that, you can do very well.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, there's a lot to be said about that. Being focused and knowing who you're working with and what you're doing. I totally 100% agree with you, Steve.
I'll quit talking because you got other people on the line. I'm going to shut up and quit talking.
That's all right. I appreciate the conversation. I think it's been good, and hopefully people have gotten a nugget or two out of it. It's good to see everybody here. We got Ed and Vaughn and Steve and Ben.
Jimmy John.
We got Larry from Illinois. And good to see you, Larry. Garrett, good to see you, dude. That's one of my warriors. I like it, Garrett. I see you moving and shaking, dude. I like it. I like it.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm gonna get up to that 5 a day.
Yep. Yep. That's all it is, man. Make it run like a machine. Every day
Yes.
it just does the same boring thing, but it prints out money.
Yeah.
Another one of my warriors, Alan. What's going on, dude? Good to see you. Hey, you got the Shut Up Money hoodie.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Shut Up Money.
Thank
And
you,
he got your
sir.
3-minute
Thank you,
timer. Yeah,
sir.
good. So the Shut Up Money hoodie, that's what you get when you get your Shut Up Money. I'll send you one. Somebody tell me what Shut Up Money means. Nobody knows. Everybody's like, I'm kind of embarrassed to say because.
It shuts up the non-believers.
Oh yeah.
The naysayers.
And Frank, Frank, that voice in the back of your head that never shuts up. Well, it'll shut him up for a minute or two, at least a couple hours. Okay. It's good to see Chris here. It's good to see Jimmy Jean. What's happening, man? Jerry, good to see you, brother. Alina and Kyla and Uncle Claude's here listening in. He's out in the class. Today's role play session day. So let's go ahead. Since we're all here, we're all gathered together. We've done some chit chatting. Let's talk about role playing. Anybody have a role play in mind right now? Anybody got something that they want to work on in your conversation and with prospects? Anybody have anything? Don't everybody speak up at once. Don't everybody jump in here at once. Here is a mind map of sorts of the conversation flow, the guts conversation flow. You can see we have an agenda, we have a qualification, we have a closing stage. What is weak? What is weak? When you're on the phone with a homeowner or a prospect, where are you derailing in this flow? Are you missing the agenda? I doubt it. You're probably good on the agenda. I don't know. We can try the agenda. Somebody give me a good agenda. Let's role play the agenda. Ring, ring. Hello. Hello, I'm Mr. Homeowner.
The house on Apple Cart Way.
I own Apple Cart Way.
Yeah, I'm a landlord investor. I thought I'd give you a call and ask a few questions, and you can ask me some too. But I'd like to see about making you an offer today.
Okay, yeah, I'd like to do that. Yeah, that sounds good. What can I? Okay. How can I help you?
Well, I just wanted to ask a few questions, and you know what? If you don't think we're a fit, you could just go ahead and tell me no. Is that fair?
Yeah, that's fair. Okay, that's basically the agenda. Now, Vaughn did it in his flow and his way and his word and his tone. Let's talk about tone real quick when we're talking on the phone. Tone. Somebody describe to me what a good tone would be. Someone demonstrate the agenda again, but with good tone in your way. Ring, ring. Hello.
Hi, my name's Ed. I'm giving you a call about your home on 123 Main Street.
Yeah,
Is it still available? Am I too late?
Well, no, I've got some people coming over tomorrow to look at it, but no, it's not sold yet.
Oh, great. Well, hey, I'm touching base with you. I'm calling because I'm a landlord investor, and I'd like to talk about making an offer on your property today. Is that something we can do?
Sure.
Excellent. So I was hoping I can ask you a few questions. Please feel free to ask me a few. And hey, if my offer is not a good fit for us, just tell me no. Is that okay?
Yep, that sounds good. Okay,
Perfect.
that was the agenda from Ed with good tone in his way. Okay, what do we think about the tone?
It's good. Friendly.
Good. How much of the conversation, percentage-wise, 100% of conversation, how much of it is the words and how much of it is tone in our
90%
communication?
tone.
90% tone.
Yeah. The words.
Right?
10%.
Okay.
Yeah.
10% words. Yeah. So 90% tone, 10% words. Tone. Are we conscious of our tone while we're talking on the phone?
Not so much.
Not so much, I bet, all of us, including myself. Okay. Because I'll get into the conversation and kind of start thinking about what I'm going to say next. And then I'll think about what they're saying, and I'll be thinking about the house and the numbers. And the next thing you know, I'm okay. So, wait a minute. Yeah, do we have an idea what that house costs? Okay. See, my tone and confidence is going down. All right. So this is something we have to practice at, is good tone. Good tone. And we ought to spend some time practicing good tone, because it's 90% of the conversation. It's 90% of the conversation. It's all about the speed of the word, the emphasis that you're putting on certain words or certain phrases. It's all about, what else might it be about? Anybody with any ideas?
I think also sharing your confidence. I think once they're on the phone, if you share that you got confidence, you know what you're doing, that you can listen to them, all those play an important part as far as in the closing process. To make sure,
Yes.
find out if they're motivated or not.
Yes, Steve is saying it brings it's confidence. It's communicating confidence. I agree 100% with that. Also, what is confidence? Is confidence an emotional type feeling?
Confidence is basically stating that you really know what you're talking about. You've done this before. You got a lot of experience, and they can tell if you know what you're doing, or if you're just kind of like floating out and trying to get through it. I know Claude talks about fake it till you make it, but when you have that confidence in your voice and your tongue and your mouth and your lips, I think people can pick up on that. So,
Yep, I totally agree.
It's an attitude, but it's now if you don't have confidence, fake it till you make it. Just try to, just do a lot of good acting. So,
Yeah. I think confidence is huge, very huge on the phone with a homeowner. If you went to see a doctor, Uncle Claude gives us the example of the doctor a lot. Be the doctor, not the patient. If you went and saw your doctor and he wasn't very confident about what y'all were talking about, what would that make you feel like? Not so good.
Listening to me.
I'll give you an example. I went to see the doctor one time, and he brought me in. Of course, the nurse weighed me and did all that they do before you get to go into the little room. And I went and I sat in the little room, and then this doctor comes in, and he sits down, and he's asking me questions. He's got a laptop open, and I'm answering the questions, and it's the standard questions, and then some a little more specific. And I kind of leaned over like this, and I gave a look, and I saw that he was asking me the questions that are listed on WebMD. And I was like, oh, well, I could have done that. I don't know why I'm here. So don't be that kind of doctor. Or if you are, hide your script. Okay, hide it. Don't let them figure it out. All right, so tone is huge. Let's get back on track here. Tone is huge. Practicing with good tone. Good tone also helps us tap into an emotional quality with that prospect. Somebody tell me about that. Am I right or wrong? If we're using good tone, how does that help us tap into the emotional quality that we're looking for in this conversation?
By asking the right questions.
Asking the right questions is important. Asking them in the right way may be even more important, right? So the tone of it all.
I think, Justin, from the perspective of standing in their shoes, or what we all do when we get a cold call, a sales call, there's a bias happening. We're looking for a reason to disqualify the person on the other end and hang up the phone. If you sound flaky, if you sound aggressive, if you're drifting, bye-bye. So if you come on with the right tone and you're sounding like you are the person you need to be, and there's a whole lot less chance you're going to be dismissed in 30 seconds.
Yep.
They're looking for a reason, listening for a reason.
Yep. You have about 6 seconds, right? From the time they say hello.
Yeah.
You have about 6 seconds to get in and create a first impression. And if your first impression is bad tone, I'm already judging you. Yes, you could label me prejudiced because I really don't know you yet, but I'm judging you already based on what I'm hearing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I was contacted by someone yesterday, for example. This is a good example. He wanted to do business with me, was asking me to partner with him on something. There is no way in hell I'm going to. This individual does not qualify for my time. I prejudged. I prejudged based on what I saw in the first 10 seconds. Okay. That's just reality. And I'm not the only one that does it. I'm human, right? So we all are doing this. Your prospects are doing this to you. So good tone, confidence. Okay, somebody give me their version of the agenda with good tone. You've got 6 seconds to win me over. All right. Ring, ring. Hello?
Justin, do you still own that property on Main Street? Steve here.
Yeah, I do.
Do you mind if I just ask some questions about the property? You can ask me some questions. And if you don't like my questions, you can fire me, tell me to get lost. Are you okay with that?
Okay, good. So that was basically the agenda in Steve's way, Steve's words. What do we think about that tone?
Pretty good.
Straightforward.
Straightforward.
Correct.
Yeah. Good timing.
Yep. I've got a one-on-one student of mine that literally sounds like this, and I'm trying to get him to energize a little. Just you don't have to turn it up to car salesman. You don't have to turn the knob up to infomercial, but you do have to turn the knob up a little bit and energize when you're on the phone with a prospect. I have a one-on-one student that sounds like this. Yeah, hello. I saw a house online. It was 312 Apple Cart Way. Oh my God. I almost fell asleep imitating him. Okay. Not going to work. That doesn't fly. That's a rough conversation getting going there. I'm already trying to figure out ways to bail if someone's doing that to me. Okay, so who's up next? Who's going to demonstrate their agenda with good tone? You have 6 seconds to impress me. Who's up? Nobody.
Hey, Justin, that property on 123 Main Street, it's not for sale at the moment, is it?
Yes, it is. It's still for sale.
Oh, okay, great. Well, my name is Jimmy, and I'm looking to purchase a property in the area. You don't mind if I ask you a few questions? You ask me a few to see if we can make something happen today or not?
I think that sounds lovely. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, that was the agenda. Oh, I'm sorry. You weren't done?
No, I was just gonna say, you can actually tell me no, I'm fine with that. It's good.
Oh, okay, yeah. He did a good job there. The agenda in Jimmy's way, in Jimmy's tone, Jimmy's rhythm. Okay. What do we think about that? Good tone.
Yeah, it flowed well. It flowed.
Flowed well. All right. Let me ask you a question. If you call a prospect and they answer the phone like this. Hello? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, this is Justin. Can I help you?
Help with what?
Okay. You see how I was pretending to be the homeowner, but you can see how I am very, very like I'm on Xanax. Anybody ever call a prospect on Xanax? I have talked to many prospects that I thought were either laying down asleep on Xanax, drunk, or something.
Oh, I
Right.
thought you meant me on Xanax. I'm sorry.
That might be a good scenario. I'm not sure, Ed. Calm you down a little bit. Get you riding in the saddle just right and smooth, you know? You don't have to, no extra bumps, you know? No extra. Well, if you call a homeowner prospect or a prospect in your business and he is talking slow talking, does that affect the way our tone comes across?
Yeah.
Do we change our tone?
A little bit.
Why?
You want to bowl him over, run him off.
I want to mirror him a little bit,
Yeah.
have him feel comfortable with you. That's what we're trying to do. Just get someone to feel comfortable with you as quickly as we can because we don't have much time.
Yeah.
Yeah, you want to mirror and match. Meet them where they're at right now.
Yeah. All right. So I'm going to be the homeowner. Ring, ring. Hello. Who is this? Hello?
Yeah, is this Justin?
Yeah. Who's this?
Justin, this is Victor. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. Hey, I only got about 5 minutes to talk about this. If
Okay,
you're calling about the house, right?
Yeah. Let's get it done. Has it been sold yet?
Nope. Still available. What do you need to know?
I need to know, what you're looking for.
Okay. Well, man, I'm asking 79,000 on Zillow. So that's, I don't know. What do you mean? What am I looking for? I'm looking for cash.
Okay. All right. Well, check this out. Let's do this. I need to ask you some questions about, the house a little bit, as you can probably understand. You can ask me some questions if you don't like where I'm going with this, or if we can't come to a conclusion, you can fire me right away. Is that something we can do, or maybe not?
Yeah, ask away, but you gotta be quick.
Okay. Tell me what kind of condition the house is.
Okay, that's great, Victor. Great. Okay, what was different about that prospect that I was pretending to be?
He was in a hurry.
Yeah.
In a hurry. He was
Not
busy.
not the
He
slow
wants
talker.
to be in charge.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
Yeah, he
what
was-
happens? Go ahead, Jimmy.
Yes, with situations like this, don't you like trying to calm him down? Because it sounds like you're trying to stay in his pace. How you normally do situations like this with the seller? And they trying to, they taking control and they, hurry up quick.
Yeah.
Do you trying to get them calm a little bit to like you and trust you, and then, or like, what's your approach?
I like to put some input.
Yeah, that's all good questions.
I
Go ahead, Chris.
When I get prospects like that, I go for their greed. I like to talk about money real fast. So I tell them, sir, you got enough time for a check, or you don't want any money today, do you? You got enough time for us to talk about some money? And I just go right for the greed, try to slow them down and see if they want to talk about money. A lot of them do, so they'll start to pace themselves then.
What a masterful comment.
That was good.
I mean, for real. Yeah. And what a great role play Victor did.
Nice.
See, that's exactly how I would handle it, just the way Victor did. Yes, I'm going to pace this individual with my tone.
Mm-hmm.
He's going 90 miles an hour. Look, I'm from the hills of Kentucky. I'm slow. I'm a slow thinker. I'm a slow talker. But he's already going, woo, 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 right? I got to somehow meet him right there where he is, and then win his confidence so he'll slow down, let me ask some questions.
That's right. Throttle him down after you get his confidence.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So tone and pacing and rhythm all have to be there, or you're not going to make this emotional connection, right? I think that's what we're coming to here. Gotta pace or mirror. Somebody who said mirror, was that Ed?
Victor.
Mirror. Okay. Mirroring. What do you mean by this? Mirroring.
Match their tonality, match their pace, match their energy, until you can switch it.
Yeah. So if you come at a prospect that's all slow talking, hello, yeah, I've got a house over on Main Street. If you come at him like you're talking 90 miles an hour like this, hey, I'm looking for a property today. I want to get one and I want to make an offer. I saw this one on Zillow and I thought I'd call you and ask you a few questions. You can ask me if you quit. And if you don't, not a good fit, you can fire me. Is that cool? Okay. Is that cool? You cool? You cool with that?
There you go.
There's already a disconnect happening here.
You go hang up.
This is not effective communication. All right. So somebody volunteer to be the homeowner, and I want you to be an interesting homeowner if you can be. And who wants to be the caller? And let's do the agenda again in your tone. Okay, let's do it in your tone, in your way. Who wants to volunteer? I need 2 volunteers. A homeowner volunteer. Garrett, will you be my homeowner?
Sure, absolutely. Why not?
All right. I want you to be a homeowner that's a 2 on the motivation scale.
Okay.
Like he's not very motivated. No,
Okay.
at least not right now. Okay.
Okay.
And who wants to be the caller?
I'll be a caller.
Okay. Pace, tone, rhythm, emotional connection. Right?
Okay.
You got 6 seconds to impress me. Let's go. Ring, ring.
Hello.
Hi, Garrett. It's Ben Hostel. I'm glad I got you on the phone.
Yeah.
Is the house still for sale?
Well, I mean, you see it up there on Zillow, right?
I do, sir.
So it's still for sale. I mean, what you
Okay.
got for me? How can I help
Thank
you
you for that. I'm a landlord investor. I'd like to make you an offer today, if possible. Does that sound like something we can do? I'll ask you a few questions, and if you don't like what you're hearing, I want you to feel free to hang up on me and fire me. I don't want to bother you.
But I mean, aren't you like all these other investors calling? I mean, look, man, I get a lot of investors that call me all the time, and they're trying to lowball me. I need 600,000 for my house, or I can't help you today.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you on that.
Let's pause. Let's pause. Okay, so that was an agenda in Ben's tone and Ben's way. Let's talk about how they matched up. Did our homeowner and our caller, did they gel right away or not?
Not really.
Not yet.
Not really. Why not?
The seller is actually trying to get a feel from him, and the tone is really not there.
Mm-hmm. So what happens when the tone isn't there? What happened in that particular role play? When the tone isn't there, what ends up happening? What happens in that?
Short.
Say it again, Jimmy.
Short.
Say it again.
In the conversation short. In the if the tone might hang up or just have complete control of the conversation.
Yeah, I agree. I find that in the agenda, if my tone is not connecting me, if I'm not connecting in that first 6 seconds or so in this agenda, if I'm not connecting with the prospect, I'll have to answer some objections right away. Just like that conversation role play went right there. What was the objection he threw? Well, go ahead.
You just like the rest of the other investors that's calling me. I need 600,000.
Yeah. He's not talking to you. The homeowner wasn't talking to you like he believed you were the most serious buyer he's talked to this week. Oh, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes because that was good. You did good. I'm just saying, you want that prospect to believe you're the most serious caller. You got 6 seconds to do that, right? All right. Who wants to volunteer? We need 2 more volunteers. 2 more volunteers. One's going to be the homeowner. One's going to be the caller. Let's do it again. You're going to do the agenda in your own way, in your own words, in your own tone. I want you to target this emotional quality by coming off with good tone, good rhythm, pacing this person, understanding how they communicate right away. Okay. You understand where I'm going with this? Who's 2 volunteers?
I'll be the homeowner.
Okay.
or I'll be whichever one.
Yeah,
I'll
Victor.
be the buyer. I'll be the buyer.
Okay, Ed.
Okay, yes, fight. I'm just kidding. Ready? Ring, ring.
Yeah. Who's this?
Hello. I'm the buyer, so I'm looking at a home. Are you still? I'm looking for the house at 123 Main. Is it still available?
Yeah, it's still available.
Oh, great. Hey, my name's Ed, and I just wanted to touch base. The reason I'm calling is I'm a landlord investor, and I would like to talk to you about making an offer on your property.
You know what? Let me stop you right there. I'm not really with the whole investor thing. I keep getting these low ball offers for my property. If that's where you're coming with, that's not, I have no interest in that whatsoever.
Yeah, I can certainly appreciate that. No, we're looking to offer you a full price today if that's something you're interested in. Is that what you'd like?
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent. Well, I'd like to ask you a couple questions relating to the property. You can ask me a few, and then if we're not a good fit, you can just tell me no, and I can be on my way. How's that sound to you?
That sounds good, Ed. Let's go.
Oh, great.
I liked it. What do we think? What do we think about this? Did the caller match up well with the homeowner's pace and tone?
Correct.
I thought he did great.
Yeah, I thought he did. I thought he did great. I thought he kind of, he didn't challenge me, but at the same time, he acknowledged my intensity and my intention.
Yes. You know what this reminds me of, guys and gals? The difference between IQ and EQ. Right?
Hear that.
Say that again, Ed?
Sure that.
Yeah. The difference between, yeah, go ahead.
No, explain what that means.
No, I want you to. I'm not a psychologist. I only play one on TV like Dr. Phil.
I don't know what you mean by the EQ.
Emotional intelligence.
Okay.
Right. IQ versus EQ. Emotional intelligence. So IQ is book learning, right? You know the facts. Like you know how this conversation flows. You know where this conversation's leading to. You've got the IQ part. The EQ part is tying into that rhythm, pacing, mirroring. Some you guys were calling it, and then your tone, your emphasis, confidence, all of that. What's some good tips that we can give each other right now that will help us be better at tone?
Got one for you.
Go for it, bro.
Yeah, Claude says one of the rules of guts. You got to think like or act like a millionaire. So you need to visualize how you would sound with $1 million sitting at your desk while you're making those calls. That really helped me with my tone.
Yeah. Yep. Get on wish.com and order you some money. Okay?
Is that .com or org?
Yeah, get on wish.com and order you some money. At least you'll have something you can look at. Even if it's fake, it looks pretty doggone real. It has a little tiny stamp on it. That's the only difference. Besides that, that looks like a real $100 bill. Yeah, you can order you a whole stack of them for $5 on wish.com and renew your mind. Just a thought. Yep, coming at the phone call like a millionaire. But you don't understand, Justin. I got to make some money or I'm going to get evicted. You're right. I don't understand. I don't.
That's where the thespian actor comes in, right? Or fake it till you make it mentality, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. There ain't nothing wrong with faking it until you're making it. No, absolutely. There's no reason for you to feel like you can't do this because you're broke. We were all broke when we started, right? So how do we approach the phone? What's another good tip for tone? Thinking like a millionaire. Okay, that's kind of a tough one. What's some other ones? How about this? Good posture. Breathing. How about that one? Breathing. Whoa. Have you ever noticed when you get into a phone call, and I've noticed this because I've practiced this, get into a phone call, and if you think of it halfway through the phone call and look at your breathing, shallow breathing. Don't do that in the phone though, because they'll think you're some kind of creeper. Right? So, breathing. Mr. Homeowner, if I were to make an offer today that fits you, is there any reason why we would not do business today? Just sitting up with good posture and remembering to breathe before I talk really, really helps. What are some other tips?
Well, they say when you smile, you increase your tonality by smiling. It relaxes you. So sometimes what I used to do is just get on the phone and smile before I called people. And then you practice those smiling muscles, so it just kind of like flows a little bit better. So smiling is huge.
Yes.
And they actually pick it up over the phone.
Right. Jimmy, you're right.
Have you ever called your wife, husband, partner, spouse, friend, lover, kid, and they were supposed to be up doing something? And just by how they sounded, you could tell they were laying their ass in that bed?
Correct.
Hey, you're rolling, aren't you?
Keep moving.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I just started that. You can totally tell. Why? Because that's that 90% that's missing in the conversation. The 10% words are right, but you can tell that's bullshit because the 90%'s off, right? So, yeah, smiling. I smile a lot, right? Have you noticed that? I smile a lot. You know why I smile a lot? Because I'm fucking happy.
Yeah.
I laugh a lot. Why? Because my life is good.
Mhm.
Hey, I would also say, stand up if you need to. Stand up, get out of your seat, and also if you need to, like pump yourself up. Maybe do some push-ups or sit-ups or do something that gets your blood flowing.
Oh yeah. I'll do some stretching.
Yeah. I think another thing too is intentionality.
Talk on that. Yeah.
Intentionality means when you go into the conversation, you have an intention of what you want to accomplish. You have a vision of what you want it to look like at the end. You have an approach that you are committed to in terms of accomplishing something. And it all falls under the phrase intentionality. Like go in with an intention to get something accomplished as opposed to going in, putting your toe in the water and seeing what happens.
Yeah.
That's awesome, Victor.
Yeah.
Because it's so important because typically we're calling these people and they pick up the phone. They don't know who we are. And so it's so perfect on this first line because you're telling them why you're calling them. They don't know who you are. Hey, hello. Well, hey, the reason I'm calling. And then they're listening and you've got their attention. If you just jump right into a pitch or something as they pick up the phone, hey, how you doing? I'm looking for a house in your area. Hang on a second. The reason I'm calling is that I'm an investor and I'd like to talk to you about maybe making an offer on your house today. He knows you're setting them up right there. That's the reason we're on the phone right now. And then you just bring them along with you as you move along, just trying to make a friend. You only got, a couple seconds. I used to say, when we'd, go and knock on people's doors, or you got an appointment, they're here, they're inside and the defense. All right, honey, here's the secret handshake. And no matter what, we're not buying anything today. And, they've already, and the guy's got his pants up to his chest and, his plaid shirt and his striped pants. And he's, geez, here. Oh, he saw us already. You know, that's why I'd always get out of the car and wave at the house. Oh, geez, he saw us. Now we got to answer the door. You know, it's just how you approach it. And you only got a couple minutes to make a friend. And that's what this does for you.
You know, kind of like Ed was doing. I was watching Claude and Felipe one time on doing like a video, and they were using their hands a lot. But just like what Ed was doing, he was using his hands. When he used his hands, there was passion, excitement, enthusiasm. So sometimes people can't see it because they won't see your hand, or if you're on the phone, but use your little hands, smiling hands, because all that stuff energizes passion inside you, and people like that. So just, I like what Ed was doing. He's going like this, you know, and that, and you know. And I mentioned I was watching Claude. Claude would be doing this, and then Felipe was doing this. They have all, and they would enunciate their words really good by just using their hands. So hands, smile, all those things.
Have you ever been to the grocery store and you were in the checkout line and you put your goods there on the belt and it moves up there to the cashier and you finally step up to the cashier lady and you can tell she is not enjoying herself today at all? Anybody ever experienced that? You know what? You didn't enjoy the checkout experience either. That's just the way it works. You know, if you're not enjoying the phone call, if you're not enjoying it, smiling, talking, having your posture right and your tone good and you're moving your hands and you're animated and you're alive, if you're not enjoying yourself, I guarantee you they're not either. But on the flip side of that, I've learned that if you are enjoying yourself, they have a tendency to like talking to you just because you're having a good time talking.
That's when the conversation could actually flow.
Yeah, we can't hear you, Jimmy. You're all broke up today for some reason, man. Sorry, bro. It sounded like a robot talking to me.
I don't know if I'm saying the same thing. You hear me better?
No.
I don't know why. It's fine now?
Yep, fine now. Go ahead.
I said that's when the conversation could actually flow better. When you know, you and the seller actually conversating, you feeling good, and then you would ask the right question, and the seller would actually respond, and you guys could continue on to see if you can make something happen or not.
Yep. I agree, 100%. Anybody else? Go ahead.
Like it's times that you would, you know, it's times that if you feeling down, you feeling negative, and believe it or not, if you're feeling down negative, I don't know, for some reason sellers could actually feel that, and most of the time you just have to like Chris say, stand up, walk it out, do some exercise, you know, try to figure out ways to smile, say some affirmation, or you know, put some money on the table to see if that's the money right there. You know, visualize, imagine what's gonna happen. You know, change that mindset once you get on the phone with the seller.
Yeah. I used to work. Go ahead, Steve.
What do we want to try to accomplish with the actual seller? We want to try to get likability and trust. We want to make sure they like us and they trust us. So it's how we talk, how we speak, and have confidence. Because that's our goal. If they like and trust you, it's a lot easier to get them closed.
Yeah. If they don't like you, they don't trust you. If you fail at this aspect of tonality and pacing, if you fail at that, it doesn't matter how great your offer is, they won't accept it. Ooh, that's tough. That's stingy. That stings. I used to work for this guy. His name was Bob. Bob was a real piece of work, I'll tell you that. But he was a great salesman. And Bob put me in a little office, cubicle kind of thing. And, well, it had a door. And so he would sit me in there at a desk and he'd give me these cards that looked like 4x6 index cards, and they each had a business name and phone number on it. And that was my cold call list. Stacks of thousands of these. And he would sit me down at this desk and tell me, call these until you get appointments lined up for the day and you can make offers for our product. So I would start calling, and every time I would call, I'd look up like this, and you know what I would see is a full-size mirror right in front of me.
Smile.
And he taught me, look at you. Would you look at you? Just look at you. You look miserable. Ain't no wonder everybody's telling you no today. Hell, your wife's even telling you no today. You need to get this thing figured out. Clean it up, sit up, smile, breathe, and come at these people like you believe in what you're doing. Or otherwise, just pack it up and go home. Woo! Tough talk, right? But he was dead accurate. So what
Offers for
about,
closers
yeah,
and at you.
Yeah, you got
I've
it.
had some great managers and great trainers. I love them. But what about that idea? A mirror. A mirror. Now we've talked about mirroring the prospect, but what about a mirror, a literal physical mirror right in front of you? One of them makeup mirrors or a full-length mirror on the door in front of you or whatever. Have you done that? Has anybody got a mirror?
I use this little mirror right here. Well, you can actually, it's small, but right here, that's what I use. And you can
Yeah.
actually look into that smile and start talking.
Yeah. Yeah, there you go. Something like a little car clip-on
Right.
mirror, makeup mirror, a ring light mirror. Any kind of mirror like that will work because that is going to show you what you sound like.
And what you look like.
Yeah. And what you look like is what you sound like.
Right.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good tips. Any other tips for tone? What are some tips for us? What can we help each other out here? Somebody said use Zoom or FaceTime.
Record yourself. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Buckaroo.
Yeah. Yep. Okay. I'm going to get on the phone in 3 minutes and I'm going to start calling for the day. What do I do? How do I prepare myself mentally? How do I get ready to hit this with good tone, with good confidence? What do I do? What happens next? I got 3 minutes before call time where I sit down at my desk. What am I doing now? Getting out the mirror, getting my phone set up. What else am I doing?
Put money on the table.
A little money out there on the table, a little motivation, maybe a little bottle of water in case I get thirsty.
Do what Chris said. Stand up, move around, get yourself motivated.
Yeah.
Like Chris was mentioning that. Yeah.
Maybe I put my Bluetooth on. Yeah. Maybe I put Bluetooth on and I go mobile, right? Where I can walk around, I can breathe, I can move.
That Rocky theme.
Maybe I put on a little jam in the background,
Yeah.
right?
Correct.
Maybe I do. I put a little jam on in the background, maybe just something real light where they can't hear it, but I can, kind of help me flow a little bit, Yeah, keep my energy up a little bit. Music can do that, yeah.
Make sure your names and numbers are organized so you don't have to, fiddle around in between looking for stuff. Just go to work.
Mm-hmm. Right. And then when I dial the phone, I'm going to listen to them immediately and pace where they are. I'm going to mirror them. I'm going to be confident. And in the first 6 seconds or so, I'm going to let them know I'm the most serious buyer they've talked to this week. And I want to know, can we talk about making an offer today? Ooh, that's good. Ooh, that's good. Yeah. Gotta get your mindset right before you dial that phone and then connect with that good tone. What are some other tips? Any other tips we can think of? Any other tips for me? I'm about to start making my phone calls for the day. Any other tips? What about go ahead,
Jump
Ed.
on that next call as soon as you have a good call. Keep that mojo working.
That's good. Keep that momentum, that mojo up. Yeah,
Yep.
That's good. Any other tips? I want to hit the phones today and I want to have a good mindset about it, Help me out. Anybody else with a tip? How can I be the most effective I can be today on the phone?
Go help somebody.
Go help somebody that is trying to be good on the phone. Is that what you mean?
There you go.
That's a good idea. Yeah. Okay. Anything else?
Once you get that commitment, shut up and don't talk anymore and just go for the close. How's that? A lot of times we have a commitment, it's like we just keep talking.
Yeah. That's right. That's good. Anything else today, guys and gals? Anything else? We've been going for about an hour. We'll try to wrap it up here. Anybody with anything else? Let's role play one last time. All right, let's role play one last time. I want to take two volunteers. Two volunteers. We're going to do the agenda again with one big last hurrah in your tone and in your way. How are we going to do it? We're going to connect with that homeowner. Okay. Who wants to be the homeowner?
Let's go.
Alan Bryant's going to be the homeowner. All right. Who wants to be the caller?
That'd be me.
Vaughn? All right. All right. Here's what I want you to do, Alan. I want you to be a country boy from way down south who only gets to town about once every 2 weeks, and that's just to buy some food. And he is a slow talker, hunter, kind of a man's man. Okay? Ring, ring.
Yellow.
Howdy, this is Vaughn calling about the house on Apple Cart Way.
Yeah. How you doing, Vaughn?
Oh, so far so good. How about yourself? I just wanted to give you a call here and ask a few questions. I'm actually a landlord investor. I thought maybe you'd ask me some too, and maybe I'd see about making you an offer.
Yeah, hold up. Let me just put together my rifle here. I'm cleaning it at the moment, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, and you know what? If we're not a fit, you can just go ahead and tell me no.
Not a problem. My Colt Patterson might do the same thing, but yeah, go ahead.
Okay, let's time out on the role play. See, now that was a good role play. Alan was everything I asked him to be. Did Vaughn connect in the first 6 seconds or so? Did they connect? Was there something there special about that? Or was that just two guys talking?
I like the howdy.
He said howdy. Okay. What else did we hear? Come on, it's the last role play of the day. Let's work. We'll quit here in 2 minutes. Let's work. What else did we hear? Did they connect? Was the pacing there?
Yeah, the pacing seemed, it seemed decent as far as the connection. I don't know if I felt connection. I think it was kind of a feeling out process, and they were trying to, figure each other out initially. But I think that, they were moving in that direction. I think if Vaughn would have, kept him talking a little bit longer, I think he would have been able to, match him, mirror him, plug in with him.
Yeah. It was a tough one. It was a tough one.
Ellen's answers were short and piffy, and I think Vaughn did a great job staying in there with him. Yeah. To keep the conversation going.
I do too. What things could he maybe have done differently that would have been better? Anything we can think of? I agree, you did a good job.
Skip the how do you do's and all of that, and go right in for like a pattern interrupt or agreed. That's how I like to do it.
What would be a pattern interrupt that you would use on that, Chris?
Great question.
A pattern interrupt that I would use on that specific conversation?
Yeah, like that opening.
Pattern interrupt, how can I help you, sir? Or, something like, sir, you don't want to check, you don't want me to write you a check today, do you?
Yeah.
Well, what about this idea before we go? Before I go, let's talk about this one idea. The man said, well, I'm just sitting here cleaning my rifle. Now, I know that this has nothing to do with you making an offer on that property. I know it has nothing to do with real estate or your business whatsoever, that this man is sitting in his living room cleaning a rifle. But we kind of let that go, didn't we? A little bit.
Man, I thought he said he was going to go talk to his wife. I didn't quite hear that clearly.
Oh, okay.
I didn't hear that either.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, he said he was in his living room, or he said, I'm just sitting here cleaning my rifle. See, if it were me, in order to meet this man where he is, I would have paused my agenda and said, oh, really? You must be getting ready for deer season.
Yeah. Is that a 30-06 or a shotgun?
Yeah.
Man, I let you down, Alan.
You know, the thing is, I'm a hunter too, but I'm looking to buy a house today. Can I ask you a few questions and you can ask me a few? And if it's not a good fit, man, you don't have to fire that gun at me. You can just tell me to get out of here. Is that okay? All right. See, that's how I would have done a little bit more like tying in with him right where he is. Okay. But I know you didn't hear it because we're all on mobile here today. So, good session today. Did you guys enjoy today at all? Was it okay? All right. All right. Thank you for being here. I love you guys. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Vaughn, Steve, Ben, Larry from Illinois, Victor, Alan, Sarah, Lilia, Garrett, Alina, Vernon, Jerry, and Kyla. Y'all have a blessed day. Get out there with good tone and make some business happen. You're market makers. You're going to make it happen today.
Thank
All right.
you.
I'll see you later.
Take care.
Bye-bye.
Have a
Bye.
good one.